Alright, so let's go through question 1 of the WA1. Okay, so differentiate the following function. Right? If you look at part A, is 36 over square root 3x squared minus 4. Okay, so on first side, we might think of using your quotient rule. So actually don't need, because the only time where we need to use quotient rule is when my numerator, right, there's a x component. Meaning that, for example, if you encounter, for example, 36x over square root 3x squared minus 4. So in this particular context, right, we will need to use quotient rule. But since 36 is a constant, then we don't need. So how do we actually do this? Very simple. First thing, you make it into something like this. 36, right, over 3x squared minus 4 bracket to the power of half. And then the whole thing, right, the bracket, you bring it up. Means you will get something like 36 3x squared minus 4 bracket to the power of negative half. Then you just differentiate using the chain rule. So means that dy dx, right, is equal to, so there's a 36, right? 36, just put it aside. So 36, okay, power bring down means this power you bring down, right? So it's negative half 3x squared minus 4 bracket negative half minus 1 is 3 over 2. But of course, don't forget to differentiate inside the bracket. Means you will get 6x bracket. So overall, you should be able to get negative 18, 36. Times 6. Okay, so this thing will be negative 108x. The whole thing bracket 3x squared minus 4 bracket negative 3 over 2. So just make it in terms of positive indices. Means you will get something like this. Over 3x squared minus 4, 3 over 2. So that's the first part A. Okay, for part B, looks a bit challenging. So, okay, how do we actually do it? Very simple. First thing, I also teach you a simple trick for this, right? Okay, so you look at this, right? 1 minus, okay, use another color. 1 minus x squared bracket. And then, of course, 1 plus 4x, the whole thing to the power of 3. So how do I actually do this without using the, the product rule? So I can simply just use this. You multiply by this. Also means that you use a bit of expansion, right? So this thing you expand inside. So means you will get equal to 1 multiplied by 1 plus 4x bracket to the power of 3. Okay, the next part will be this. Minus x squared, right? Same thing. You expand inside. You expand with the whole of this 1 plus 4x bracket to the power of 3. So what you get is minus x squared, and then next is this 1 plus 4x bracket to the power of 3. Okay, so in this particular case, it's easier to differentiate already. Okay, of course, you look at the red color bracket. So the one actually don't need to care. Just erase off. So differentiate the first bracket first. So differentiate the first bracket. Power bring down. Power minus 1. Differentiate inside. So differentiate inside, you'll get 4x. Okay, so you are done with the first red bracket differentiation. Now we look at the second bracket. Okay, second bracket, sad to say we have to do the product rule. So I simply just put minus. I put a minus first. Then I put a square bracket. Okay, next I differentiate, keep plus keep differentiate. So I differentiate the x squared first. So means that you will get 2x. Of course, you keep this bracket here, 1 plus 4x to the power of 3. Okay, then of course, the next part is put a plus. Then you keep x squared. You differentiate the second term. Means you'll get something like this, right? 3, right here. 1 plus 4x bracket to the power of 2. Differentiate inside the bracket, 4. So differentiate inside the bracket is 4. Okay, then I close bracket. Okay, so before you open up the square bracket, you simplify the inside the square bracket first. So means that this whole thing is equal to 2x 1 plus 4x bracket to the power of 3. This one's so long. Plus 12x squared 1 plus 4x bracket square. So okay, then I open up the square bracket. Of course, when you open up the square bracket, this minus 1 you need to put inside. Means that the whole of this is minus. Then this plus right here, right? become minus. So this minus also. Hopefully my calculation, everything is okay. Okay, the next part will be this front part. So meaning 4x times 3 is what? 12x. 12x 1 plus 4x bracket square. Okay, you look at something, if you look at this, right, you can actually combine this thing. Okay, you can actually factorize out something. You can factorize out the x, and of course, you can factorize out this thing to make it nicer. So means that, okay, I take out 2x lah. 2x, I take out 1 plus 4x bracket square. So this is left with, right? So, okay, you look at the very first term here. So what is left is 6 only. Okay, then the second term, I highlight in yellow color. So the second term right here, right, is, okay, the 2x gone. Of course, the minus still retain. 1 plus 4x bracket. Okay, then the last one, which is the purple color one, right, minus. So this will become 6x. Good, done. Because I take out the 1 plus 4x bracket square. Right? Okay, finally, the final part. 2x 1 plus 4x bracket square. Square bracket, so 6 minus 1 minus 4x minus 6x square bracket. So just need to simplify this. So this will give you roughly 6 minus 1, 5. Then minus 4x minus 6x is minus 10x. Yeah, so after you get this, I think it's good enough already. Of course, you want to factorize out the 5, go ahead lah. But this one I will say a bit tedious lah. Okay, so now let's move on to the part C. Okay, part C, every time you see this, of course, you might think of using your chain rule. Okay, actually don't need. Okay, when you see something that can be expandable, you expand. So it's easier to do your differentiation. So for example, okay, e 2x minus 1 over e2x, right? So I square, so means you e2x minus 1 over e2x. So I do the rainbow. So I do it mentally. I'll get e4x minus 1 minus 1 plus 1 over e4x. So just do a rainbow. So of course, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so with this, right, I'll get e4x. Then of course, minus 1 is minus 2 lah. Plus 1 over e4x. Okay, of course, for 1 over e4x, you make it into non-fraction form. Because later I want to differentiate, it's easier. So make it into non-fraction form by moving this up. You'll get e negative 4x. So that is the expanded part. Okay, after you do the expansion, so you can see, only 3 terms, right? So it's quite simple to expand. Quite simple to differentiate. You just need to differentiate term by term. Okay, so let's differentiate the e4x first. So dy dx is equal to, okay, when you differentiate exponential, always remember, copy whatever you see first. So e4x. Then what should we do? We should differentiate the power. Means that you will differentiate 4x. So you will get something like 4. Okay, second term, don't need to say lah. Differentiate the constant is gone. Okay, the third term, copy everything you see first. E negative 4x, right? Okay, next, differentiate the power. So differentiate this, right, is negative 4. So of course, you can see that it's actually quite simple. 4e 4x minus 4e negative 4x. Done. So that is how we actually do the part C differentiation. Okay, so of course for part D, okay, good thing is that this one you just use the low T high minus high T lah. Yeah, so that's it for the question 1.